Okay, we should be live. Let me check everything's working properly. Give me a second. The desktop audio on.
When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective.
Testing. Testing. Cool, that's working. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Oh my goodness, everything's going wrong today. Like with everything the last couple of days. Okay, so for reference, the delay was caused by a YouTube video that I'm still uploading. Can't really exit out or do anything until that's finished. And then, of course, when it finally did happen and I set up to stream, Genshin had an internal download that I apparently hadn't done 665 meg. And next thing you know, we are 50 minutes late.
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed
Anyway,
myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss.
plans for today.
Surviving is
Crossing
tough.
fingers we don't have a thunderstorm
Taming
for
a beast
one.
within
The weather looks
is
nice
tougher.
outside at the moment, but the UK, especially the area I'm in, is listed for thunderstorms. So hopefully we do not have thunderstorms, and hopefully we do not have a blackout or, you know, power cut type thing, you know? And then other plan, we are going to be playing the Archon Quest, the Interlude Archon Quest today. We're going to play it in dub, so I'm going to probably have to read out lots. I'm hoping we can finish it in one stream, but if need be, I have kept Wednesday, Thursday open in the evening for a second stream if need be. Anyway, let's connect this up via
I'm a little out of
Bluetooth.
practice these days.
There
Any
we go.
conflicts around?
1 second.
I'm in the mood for some peacemaking.
Got to place on the screen. There is my mouse. There we go. Move that over. And of course, we're going to be doing our dailies first, so let's get that out of the way. Dailies should still be set in Sumeru, so we should be fine. Oh, no. The one that I hate the most. Okay, I guess we're going to do part of our dailies there. Oh well, let's do what we can do.
Let's fly! Happy to oblige. Let me scry.
Following orders. I'll be that's far enough.
Hold on to your hats.
Wonder.
Take me up.
I'll put that there. Just a reminder for one. Okay, next one is not that one. That's the last one.
Take me up!
Okay, you're on the right one. Okay, you're still on the right one. There we go. That's all we're doing. Okay. Well, let's go and do the Interlude Chapter. Windbloom Festival should be joyous affair, but not all is as it seems in Mondstadt. Paralogism. How do you pronounce it? Crimes 1 and 2. Of course, we're going to do forced experience mode. We haven't had a story in Mondstadt in ages. I'm just hoping it all works out in the end, because I'm worried, because of course I have seen the special program. I am a little nervous about what the story is going to entail. We'll check if it's in forced experience mode. Yeah. Return to special story. Don't have to wait. This is something new. I guess it's because of how the events slash the Archon Quest is.
Wow! The city is all decked out! Oh, it's beautiful!
Can I already see?
Festival season means no
Can't help it seeing
commissions,
or not.
which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure, let's go. I'll stop it on. I'll pause auto if I find a character that isn't voiced.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But
But...
feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Take a look around, huh?
It's finally Windbloom, and here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Star Snatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down. Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Whoa! Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn,
Oh my goodness, what on
I
earth?
think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Huh? Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
Maybe they're just working out the kinks.
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing
Okay, that's
in a
not
random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Strange.
Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Poor guy.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on D-Luke, right?
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
Oh, here we go. I'm flattered, Miss Donna. Although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windbloom.
I intend to, my dear. But first the question. If you don't mind, why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression that Master D-Luke was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master D-Luke came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love. But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies. But I do need to see to some business, so I'll take my leave.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You're the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Traveller, Paimon, how have you been? All good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favonius? The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes, Jean sent me to find you and she heard you two are back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. Okie dokie, go to headquarters. Vroom.
Giddy up!
Up. Go. So, no voice for Kaya. I don't believe Venti's voice actor is in it at the moment. I know that there's going to be a bait to add one or something.
Kaya, you found them.
Ooh. Eula's voice actor, nice. Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed. What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Allow me. You have Note, captain of the second company, Skrifkion, captain of the third company, Eula, captain of the fourth company, and me, of course, captain of the ninth company.
Oh, you're all captains?
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Ooh.
Jean!
Traveller, Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are tons of people outside. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
Trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine.
I can understand the confusion. You've never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbatos, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on. The group of poor people we saw in the corridors now, there's someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right. He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
A keen observation, traveller. That happened to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we'll do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair, impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Dot dot dot. Jean, it's time. Understood. Traveller Paimon, come with me. Good. Already straight in with a trial. Necrosis there. Got D-Loop. Please sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm. No matter what you hear, I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Now that everyone's gathered, let us begin. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilda, will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dilia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure that a just verdict in this case.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barba and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Albedo, what did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the victims are still unknown. Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistics company, Miss Hofer, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Now, Miss Hofer, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Murder?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
Okay. Later identified as a human body.
There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Beatrice. So, is that what she's trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body. Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, he must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet, no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body, or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery.
Try to think on the map. Isn't that quite far? Oh man, 1 second. Let me just... My brain and locations. Where's my thing gone? I cannot remember how to bring up the map for you guys. Nope. Prevent internet signal. Let me have a look. I'm trying to think how far that distance is, because I mean, Dragonspine's really big. Ugh. Second. Okay, it's not too far.
I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
Luke, Rag. I cannot pronounce Luke's last name. Please tell the court what you saw. Around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of the body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
I would only inquire as to what Mr. DeLuke was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a scroll. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time, that's all. Mr. DeLuke is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
And this is what looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master DeLuke. I do believe I hear presumption of guilt is no is there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here. Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So that's your angle. Alchemy. A logical assessment, but we do have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy exchange with his student, Sucrose, and the two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning, with Mr. Albedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He would never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
Oh,
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. Mr. Albedo. I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's arguments has its own holes. There is no mention of a motive or what exact methods I could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
A correspondence? Oh no, that does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
I'm glad she read that out. I wouldn't be able to read it out. I'm not even going to attempt to read it. And refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting and that the letter makes more than a passing mention of putrefaction and refinement. Jeez.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive. On the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one could believe a kind and well-mannered person like Alberto could commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Alberto be taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something is hidden about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know too well, but the people of Mondstadt has yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Albedo told me his secret once, that is I could not, my goodness, human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what, following Reinhardt's daughter's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes. You're needed at Staff Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. Yeah, we are the only people I think that know that he is not a... we can review. I mean, it's been so long since we've... Shadows Amidst Stone Storms review. Oh, this is an old one, but a goodie. We actually do have that weapon for Albedo. You and Clara went to Drang to find out Albedo about who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy. You only encounter a series of strange events, strange, soft noises echoing through the mountain that could not be traced, the ransacking and theft of alchemical notes at the campsite, Albedo disappearing after a chat outside the cave, but having no memory of the incident. At the same time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain, attempting to lead a child away, and he attacked Eula. Upon being discovered, you were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. A running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant Whooper flower posing as him, yet there were more than 2 people wearing the face on the mountain. We did get left with that, and oh my goodness. To say that is a long time ago is a long time ago. That was like a Christmassy event. That is like version like I would say around Inazuma. Oh man, it is a long time ago.
When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective.
But yeah, that is a one from a really, really long time ago. My goodness. I remember it quite well though. Pretty sure that was before I even started streaming. Who are we finding?
Let's fly.
Ah, Traveler Paimon. I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Art. Yeah.
Oh, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the
Dahlia.
Church of Favonius and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat.
Mm-hmm.
After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Wait then. You know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry. Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Ah, well, I knew from the moment Ryan daughter and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two were in town, no one could afford to slack off. The Cried's Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motives. His true identity is a potential
A
weakness.
synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other, a very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. What do you know about the situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt. Even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun. Hey, Mr. Bob! How are you? Oh, let me add those. Give me a second. Add a Smolin. And add a cheesecake. There you go. Oh dear. I hope you feel better soon, Mr. Bob. Being ill is not fun. I had to deal with that a couple of weeks ago when I caught a cold. And even now, having pretty much lasted through the cold, I've still got a cough every so often and a bit of a runny nose every so often. So, it's still sticking around a little bit, but it's majority gone. But I do hope you feel better soon. Yeah, when was it? I had to cancel 2 streams or something, and then change it so that I'd made sure. Yeah, so I caught a cold on the 23rd, 24th, 5th of April, and then I had to cancel 2 streams, and then I basically made sure not to stream for 2 extra days, and then even then, still recovering. I'm just glad the coughing stopped. Literally, what was it, Saturday and Sunday? I was coughing up a storm. It was awful. But yeah, I do hope you feel better soon. We are currently playing through the Interlude Archon Quest at the moment. Some of the voice acting isn't in the game though, so I having to read out a lot of it, but overall, enjoying it.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia?
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
Yeah. Apparently there's quite a few. But I did hear that Venti's voice actors voice lines are going to be added in, although that is something we've heard from her, like the voice actor themselves. I don't know when that's happening, but yeah, what can you do? I prefer the English voices for this game just because I can talk over in a way, if need be, and listen in and not have to like read everything. But kind of stopped a little bit when I have to like read everything out when it comes to the voice actors that aren't in it. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbatos would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in this time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it. Yeah, he is. He even has I believe the only 5-star outfit in the game. From what I remember, anyway.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
We're gonna help without that. Honestly, this quest has information follow on from a limited timer quest. The one that was featured on Dragonspine a long time with Albedo's weapon. Oh my goodness, that was in version 2 or 3, proper when Imazuma was out when that story came out. Oh, I wasn't even streaming that. Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is a part of being an ordinary knight, right? You'll still have my help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Hee hee, behold.
Ooh! Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty!
Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device. Barely. It's one of those weird things. I started playing Genshin once it came out on PlayStation 4. Oh, I'll finish talking in a minute then, I guess. Oh, man. Oh, the evil ads and their timing. Stretch. Oh, my. I do wonder whether this character's going to be playable. The, Dahlia? Dahlia? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I don't even remember how he, I believe, pronounced it. Ugh. Yeah. You're back, Mr. Bob? Cool. Yeah, so when I started playing Genshin, it was after it came out on PlayStation 4. I remember playing the 1.6 update. I believe that's the summer event with Klee's weapon, the that book. So I believe I started at either 1.5 or 1.4, but I don't fully remember. We can check though. All you have to do is check when my Diluc was pulled. I pulled Diluc on the the 8 pull starter banner, and it was my second 10 pull on it, and I managed to get Diluc. So we can check what day I started Genshin really easily.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I'd borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you'll have the wind on your side.
I suppose we're old pals too at this point.
Indeed, your companionship is like a breeze that lingers in the air, warm and familiar.
In all this time, I've never witnessed Lord Barbados approach anything in a serious manner. Perhaps this time, I'm in for something special.
Barbados, serious? Haha, you give him too much credit.
Hardly. It's not blind faith, you know. I've always had unwavering belief in the animal Archon.
Is that so? I wonder what Barbados thinks about that. Perhaps you should pray to him and find out.
Good idea. I'll tell him I still haven't deciphered his drunken musings from our 3 trips to the tavern last month. His wisdom is sure to reveal itself in time.
Oh, you know what? Forget about Barbados, Dahlia. Treat me to a drink instead. You wouldn't refuse me, would you?
A dear friend like you?
Oh, is that
Never.
where Venti gets his free drinks from? Right, teleport over here. We're gonna clear Albedo's name with a... What's the term? Gonna make sure we clear it. And no one's gonna stop us, type thing. How have we already been going an hour? I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
That's one way to put it. This version of events is as hard for me to accept as anyone, but Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment? If not, private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Traveller Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favour to ask. Like Jean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me, but I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigate the case? Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the joint investigation? No, we'd like you to launch an investigation of your own. I'll continue working on his defense in the meantime. If you find anything that might help his case, just let me know. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. Understood. I know you'll get to the bottom of this, Traveller. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you'll have done Mosset a great service all the same. I'm expecting a real trial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the 2nd floor. I'm counting on you. Thank you for agreeing to investigate. We're counting on you. So, Albedo's office is on the 2nd floor. Would I lie to say I forgot this even existed, if this did exist?
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's order. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
First time
so
in.
this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Alright, I have some work of my own, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya.
Okay. Investigate Albedo's desk. Can't investigate anything else. Walking over everything.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Okay. Investigate the book. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and the life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangle-shaped symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy. Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Investigate under the book. After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover of the book to strike the desk. Resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer, it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment in the desk. So,
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Research notes. Albedo's notes lie on the table. They resemble the ones you've seen before, but the contents are different this time. As always, the penmanship is impeccable, careful, and neat with certain elegance in its uniformity, much like the man himself. One of the notes reads, putrefaction should be regarded as a counter-stimulation to the process of life, like a highly efficient and destructive spell of rot. Upon use, the target will decay within an extremely short period of time, turning into dust that is nearly invisible to native eye before dissipating into the air. Interesting. That's bad. There's a test tube on the shell with some black powder residue at the bottom. Next to it lies a neatly written note. Chalk is the next stage after soil, but the current available materials are still insufficient to conduct a stable structure.
Nope. No idea what that means. Not sure if it's too hard for Paimon or too hard for anyone outside this line of work.
One way to put it, Paimon. Investigate the lockbox on the desk. The latch bears the sign of wear, suggesting the importance of whatever lies within. The box likely remained locked for most of the time, but now the lid remains wide open, as if the owner was forced to leave in a hurry and didn't have time to lock it. Perhaps the letter interpreted by the investigators was once stored here. The remaining content shouldn't hold much weight as conclusive evidence, but you still get a strange feeling after reviewing them. An elegant penmanship, the revelator reads, in addition, I do happen to have some information on the subject of our last discussion. The materials and arcane formation required for human transmutation. God, we're going full metal alchemist here, ain't we? The formation of these records likely originate from the Khaenri'ah art of Kalmia? But relevant documentation has not been well maintained over time, so I cannot guarantee there are no errors or omissions. As thanks for your past assistance, I've enclosed the records within this letter. But that does not mean I support your pursuit of this research. Ethics aside, I'm not convinced it is possible to create a human whose existence is artificial to our own. The idea that the dynamic of creator and creation could exist within the same species is cause for concern. Even with a talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution. The signature belongs to an unfamiliar name, the one that also appears on an alchemy book nearby. You skim the preface and learn that the author is an old and accomplished alchemist. The person is likely a friend of Albedo's academic circle, someone who owed Albedo a favor, but also urged him to refrain from conducting dangerous research.
Human transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that?
I mean, he could just be looking into his own creation, for all we know.
Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
It doesn't look good, but this letter can't directly prove that Albedo did anything. Besides, a technique like that must be too dangerous to share with the public, right? That's why it wasn't brought up during the trial. Ugh, goodness. There we go. Yeah, bots. Man, literally, the Twitch, I'm pretty sure had a feature that literally, like, wanted, got rid of them. So when they posted, it would come up saying, do you want to allow this post? And have spam. And then it lasted, like, 2 streams, then they got rid of it. I have no clue. Anything else we can interact with? Looks like it's just a book. Investigate the paper. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces a sufficient amount of life energy collide. My brain is starting. Forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the project. I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonfine could be involved somehow. What if this has something to do with Crane's authentic line? Would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. 2 of the marked locations correspond to Crane Seed, while the third appears to be in Dragonspine. I'm gonna take pictures of these because it's already hard enough to, like, work things out on a map. There we go. So those 2, and then that one. See you a bit, Mr. Bob, then. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in that last location, or at the very least, what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
Co.
Oh, Vent is calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff, alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? You share what you learned with Venti. Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Rhine-daughter's creations, there'll be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Rheindaughters' approach to alchemy and ethics were pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince those closest to him of his guilt, perhaps even you. The acts also sounded like him. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I mean, I absolutely do.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right? Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned. Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Yep.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Drunk. Okay, so we're gonna go check out that location. Time for the fun part that is navigating Dragonspine, because everything hates me. Dragonspine's just an example of the world. Okay, why is this being a pain? Oh my goodness. Really?
Take me up.
Oh my goodness, getting stuck on absolutely everything. I mean, I can say that this is probably the first time I've ever needed to traverse Dragonspine with, oh, what's your name again? I forgot your name. Why am I so bad with names? Chaska.
We should be getting close. Oh, look over there! Something seems off.
Carefully examine the ground. Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. You remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body, but the hole is completely empty, and the surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this, or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked on his notes? In his notes. Return to the nights where there's doubt swirling in your mind. Go back. Did you find anything?
helps Albedo's case.
Tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yeah, he asked for a retrial. There's still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turn out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Jean. Oh my god, Miles. Great. He's eavesdropping again. Wait until 2 days later. Miles be eavesdropping. Once. Now twice. I'm sorry, Miles, but literally, you're becoming more and more suspicious through the day. To the point, you've already said you've been sleepwalking. I mean, come on. Maybe you've been taken over by an entity. Something's up. Hopefully that class is 2 days. If it says 2 days, 8 a.m. in the morning or something.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Jeez, man. This is going to be a bloodbath at this rate. You two. Let me know when you're ready and we'll head out. Ready? Alright, follow me. Don't know what else we're supposed to do. I'm hoping that these bodies are like, something weird. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean, Gunhilda, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as assessor. Miss Heffer represents the prosecution, and Mr. Kaya speaks on behalf of the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Miss Heffer, have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time.
Quite some time?
Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Right. Hanselman, male, 46 years old, martial status, single, occupation, hunter, consistent with the conclusion in the last trial. His disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. Balut found is consistent with such an injury. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master Diluc saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too. I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master Diluc. I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master Diluc in the first place. If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Does she mean...
The evidence we found in Albedo's office. Foreign pieces of the code by Mr. Archon, most important of which is this map. And then shows the map of 3 locations. This map was found in the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description of the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Jeez, man. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. Do you realize that's basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
Well, I always have. I never killed a single person.
You have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that. But I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Ooh. Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious, but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untowards? He mentioned brushing off snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it's a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine, which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Traveler, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? So, and I'm assuming you visited the third location marked on the map as well. Yes. Can you tell us what you found? You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore the markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to uncover in the first place.
There must also have been a body.
You need to think about it. What clues am I missing? First location. The first location was near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use the alchemy to dig a hole and bury the body there. A single man's shoe was torn. A piece of fabric found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence suggests Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. Second location. The second location was between Dragonspine and Dormire, where Deluxe saw Albedo bury a body of an adult male. Deluxe described nearly the same fates as Beatrice. There's no reason for them to conclude anything against Albedo, so the testimony should be trustworthy. Albedo found teeth and a femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of events because she was also there that night. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Deluxe's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. Third location. Third marked location is in Dragonspire. We only knew about this because we found the map hidden in the compartment. During the investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow, big enough to hide a human body. There was also claw marks around the location. But there was also no body or any remains whatsoever. According to Trenzador, Theobo belonged to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness account suggests Albedo was the last person to come in contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones? And what does that mean? He's the killer? So we need to associate this. No, it doesn't make sense. Oh, okay. The difference between the marked locations. Albedo marked these three locations on the map found in the hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, the three locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug in each would certainly seem big enough. But unlike the first two locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the third location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to a manor of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug at the body? But why wasn't that the case in the other locations? The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the third location has been there longer than the other two. But if the hole at the third location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Albedo's testimony. Most people know about Albedo as an alchemist and captain of the investigation team, but in truth he is the Cried's Prince, a synthetic user and created one of the five sinners, Gold Rhine-daughter. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that sentiment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say if he did commit a crime, he would likely be basically he'd be really good at it. Up until now, Albedo has never shown any ill will towards humanity, and he also still seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity, as that would only make things worse for him. Dragonspine's ecosystem. Dragonspine has a frigid climate, and it is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things that happened in Dragonspine. So, associate with this. Encounters on Dragonspine. I almost forgot. Paimon and I once encountered someone that looks exactly like Virgo, but they weren't the only ones. Wait a second. Someone who looks exactly like him? Submit conclusion. I'm guessing that Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. Reading out. Oh! Traveller is speaking. I'd like to address the court, if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results may raise a few questions. Regarding the two cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that, after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the third location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was done by one person, why wasn't the third scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the third location weren't fresh, suggests that the Dragon Spine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there's still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, Traveller.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the third location, and the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect, unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Traveller's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Hertha, and deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those three locations.
What?
There are dead bodies at these locations, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine.
So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
You're mistaken, Miss Hertha. The story doesn't end there. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine. Someone wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of that region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead and buried the body on the mountain, the third location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day.
Mm-hmm.
The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind.
If you would let me finish, Professor, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonstein was my height, with blonde hair, blue eyes, and dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So someone who happened to look exactly like you? Exactly like him? So I was right. It does come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Yes, I killed someone that day. Someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. Then, I see. Then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What? Everyone! I brought her!
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
What's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you, too.
As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of
I
Avonius.
see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up. You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Order in the court. I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies, the dragon Durin. Several hundred years ago, the Dragon of the East, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle, and with help from Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created for alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end frame. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach. An unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like the Hertha I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the albedo in this room of being an imposter. How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these
Oh,
days.
Miles, you okay?
Disoriented, confused. You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
The scar is right here.
Why the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Knights of Avonius failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic. You can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or should I say, all spawn of Durin's life force have that ability. A powerful life force. Appearance you can change at will. Yet here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act because you're worried that using the power could affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them. There are others too. Most of the thing being under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all those who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it, because in this network of living beings, you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Oh dear.
Come on, let's go.
Everyone's getting their knives out!
Hey, they're shielding the imposter!
He's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in your way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Time to get moving, everyone.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
It's time. All units move out. Third company, keep on the imposter's tail. We finally have a chance to talk, but before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master Delete picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Wow, that's quite an involved plan. Indeed, follow me. I am glad to know this was all a setup. Jeez, man, I've been worrying for nothing. Oh dear.
What? How are there monsters in the city?
They are all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent. But fear not, we've been preparing for this. We've been monitoring the resurgence of Duran's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt. And so we made preparations for an inevitable inevitable battle. Jeez, man. I was hoping you could join me and provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first stop?
Top of the city wall. Optional objectives. The situation seems worse than we anticipated. I must do my best to help. That doesn't mean you have to fight. Doing what you're good at is more than enough. Optional objectives. So I've got Mona and Genia. My calendar's
Master
now.
Jean, headquarters should be secure for now. We responded in time and had enough manpower. We can even spare some for mobile support across the region.
Good. Our intel suggests that the monsters from Dragonspine could be disguised as Mondstadt citizens, so be sure to exercise caution. Oh, and my divination revealed there are also some regular people under the influence of some strange power. Not all of them are monsters. Yes, so for those people, the aim is to subdue, not harm. Before you attack, make sure you figure out what you were dealing
Understood.
with. Ooh. They them.
Lupercal, it's you.
Good work, everyone. We're here to help.
Burst forth.
You're in for a little shock.
Phew, it's been a while since I unleashed my lightning during Windbloom.
It happened a lot before?
Unleashing lightning on people. Haha, no. Once in a while, maybe. Feels good to get used, though. Ah, my old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course, I made sure to emphasize I always treat others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's ways. After all, and mine was a gentleman from the Spartamad school. Jeez, man. Pronunciations. So you see, this time I only used gentle methods of electrocution. So gentle that even Jean would have no reason to intervene.
Gentle electrocution.
You seem to be in good spirits, Miss Lisa. Ah, well, it's a good to move about every once in a while. Okay.
Let's fly.
Oh, so
Hold firm! Drag another wardrobe over here.
Foul beast, the eminent Christ shall not tolerate such transgression. Hey, official.
Ah, that's the traveler's voice.
You arrive at the most opportune time, vassal. Sword at the ready.
Come into being.
By royal decree.
Big guy, big guy, big guy.
Witness my great undertaking.
I'm not sure how to use a traveler very well.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day.
We're doing all the optional stuff first. Fear not, the foul monsters have been cast into the void.
Mein Fräulein means to say that you should refrain from going out for the time being. We will continue to protect this area.
All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. But, I've never seen a bird that can, talk.
No need to worry. I'm Mein Fräulein's humble servant. Please
Feels
rest
like Oz
assured,
sounds different,
I'm
but I'm
not
not
a
sure.
danger to you.
You can trust them, I promise.
Oh, no, of course. I didn't mean it that way at all. I just misspoke.
Goodness me. No matter. My vessels have unfinished duties, yes? Then go forth and smite these wretched beasts. The princess's blessing shall illuminate your path.
Take me up.
Last optionals over here. I'm glad you don't have to use your, like... Oh, wait, one's over here. Like, I'm kind of glad that... Why is there fire everywhere? Look for the objective in the area. There's lots of fire everywhere. Damn! Flower shop got nuked. Unless it's on top of the buildings. There aren't any more fires, right? Hmm. Like this, nope. Ah, there we go. Sucrose. Mr. Albedo, traveller. Everything good here? Oh, good. A few monsters made it into the city, but Master D-Luke and Mr. Kaya helped me take care of them. Not long ago.
Animal test 6308.
Cool it. What's the... Oh, so sorry.
Oh my. This is a really cool event slash story quest so far.
Where are all these monsters coming from? My sword hand is cramping.
Wait, I think that's Captain Kaya's voice. Maybe he's coming to help. Just hang in there.
Even more so far until like Sucrose gets her skills back. Let's try and get all of them. There we go. Fantastic job defending this place, you two. We'll take it from here.
Oh, Captain Kaya, Swan is...
Hey, I'm fine. It's your leg we should be worried about.
Swan, Lawrence, you should both get treated at the church. Don't push yourselves. We'll take care of things here.
But, Master D-Luke, didn't you leave the Knights of Favonius?
What? Are the knights the only ones capable of defending this gate? It's fine. Mr. D-Luke is just altruistic as always. I think I pronounced that right. If a civilian is willing to help out, who are we to turn her away?
Understood. We're grateful for the support.
Yeah, thanks a million. We'll be back soon.
Cool, they're gonna go heal. I have some spare time right now, so I was planning to make some potions to help the people fighting. Sounds a sound plan. Remember to be careful. I know it's unlikely, but if you do encounter a situation you can't handle, retreat to somewhere safe. Don't worry about the front line. Understood. Okay, next. Jeez, man, so much. Ah, this guy is almost on death's doors.
Let's fly. Locked on.
You guys good? I mean,
Giddy up.
Captain Albedo, honorary knight, and your floating companion.
Some of the people around here are acting strange. Be careful.
dear me, you guys are getting beaten up.
Shine down. Take me up. Open fire.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have managed that on our own.
I hope everyone's all right. We really appreciate the help.
It's Venti.
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Ah, help me, please, someone help me.
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect. I can drop the act. Sorry, I thought you were regular citizens. It's that time. I think we can proceed as planned. I agree. Although it's been a while since I've dealt with something this big, it's going to be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink for your trouble. Just what I wanted to hear, of course. This is how Venti gets his free drinks. People can make new friends when we're not here, you know. Monsters started searching in from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected their monsters to become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspire, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behaviour changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I limited to the attempt to attack.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo's destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained of the victims to put them to rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the purification of the bodies. After we defeated that double gang Whooplefuck. Blimmin' hell, man. So much talking. I know we're supposed to be in a rush because, like, the town's getting attacked, but come on. My dyslexia. Okay, give that another tap. After we defeated that doppelganger Whopperflower on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of a gardener, remember? I'm glad. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2. In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he just transformed into Whopperflower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine that day? Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine. So you see, at one point, there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with its knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from this power have the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long also bound to fall under Durin's influence. But those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw it yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange? Those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Avonia's headquarters. Durin's power remains dormant within them until, finally, it surged to the surface and seized control. That was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence could become violent, and thus we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do? We can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help. We'll use the power of Animo to restrain them for now. That should give the knights the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right? Yes, so if there's a little secret so people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourselves, okay? Alright, this should do it. Ooh. Wind everywhere!
Currents? Paimon's never seen this many.
There should be now wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear. All units, what's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
You didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Oh, you know, just wondering Bard calling for help. Thank goodness Traveller, Paimon, and Albedo family got out of a tough spot, huh? Alright, now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other areas. Thanks, friend. May the armor can protect you. I got things covered here. Ooh, cool sweeping shots. Kaya. I don't like being in the middle like this, especially on a bridge. Oh, look who it is. Get back. Phew, that was a close one. I suppose thanks are in order, Master D-Luke. I appreciate the help. No need. I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in my way. Oh, well, let me get out of your hair then. I suppose we could work together, but you should just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Hey, melt does damage. Uh-huh. Alright, tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first trial. Because of the first Hertha? No, because of you. What? Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough. No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Master Dealey, when do you think I was actually getting nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming. On second thought, best not to think about it. Oh my goodness. The brothers standing united. Jeez. Stop hitting me.
Dodge this. This moment will be frozen in time.
Vroom. Well, that was definitely aimed in the wrong location, game. Showed him going over there and aimed completely differently. It does not like this bridge. Up to D-Luke and Kaya.
They're over there! D-Luke, Kaya!
If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure?
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control. Don't worry, my trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you. We don't have to bring that up. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the other locations. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Haha, believe me, he had his suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Thank you for trusting me and for choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work as always. We'll see you soon. Of course, stay safe. My goodness, these panning flyovers are cool. Dicko's 200 nice burn, use Barbara's elemental skill to heal them! Oh man, really?
Go, Barbara, go!
That is the coolest thing today. This reminds me of, like, I know I've not played what's it? Oh jeez, my brain. Age of Calamity. But it reminds me of how what's her name? Oh my goodness, I do not play Breath of the Wild very often. But how I've forgotten all the names. Rivali, the Zora heals, basically. It just reminds me of that a bit. Right, you should be on the mend.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out to the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front line, so I'll escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just do my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing for this for a really long time. So I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be. Did I catch you at the bad time, Barbara? No, not at all. Did you need something? I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt. Attacks and fighting, so I need you to take care of yourself. Huh? How do you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine, and he's our authority on that region. So we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So the city's going to be in danger? Yes, but the Knights of Favonius will do whatever we can to protect the people. But then, who will protect you? Don't worry, I'll look out for myself, I promise. Please let them be okay over there. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Ah, of course, coming. Oh, another panning flyover. Oh, there's Noelle. Bennett's here. Amber and Mika are there. They're here, prepare for battle. On guard, everyone. Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. Looks like we got 25 hero chills, 2 blazing axe Mitama chills, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that.
I'll race you there. Hey!
It's so cool. This is even more epic!
You had your chance. Leave the wounded to me.
No escape.
Ah, come here, you.
Go, Barry!
Providing cover fire.
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Ah, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
That's even more fun. Yeah, that's quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you, and you're none the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was so worried. Same here. I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So you didn't know, Amber? Then it seems like Eula did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. That sounds like Eula, alright. She's like an impregnable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really count on.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best for someone well-known and reputable without being too high-profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. Ah, so that explains the rumor of someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, I didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into a trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
6 months ago? I wonder if that was in the game, like whether you could actually interact with her and work that out.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
Yes, and our enemy was none meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for her body in order to protect the hostile identity, which is more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
There's an informant among our ranks? Don't worry, Bobatos already tackled her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
Yeah. It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have been giving the imposter more fuel to use against me. Yeah. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in disguise, and if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would have been gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut to be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due. It was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed. I have you to thank for that, Traveller. You probably don't know it, but you've been a part of the plan since the beginning. Me? But I didn't even know there was a plan. For that, you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had the reason. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover. Someone to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew we would return for Wimbledon, and I knew you'd agree to attend the trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an Aura Knight would compel you to start your own investigation. The fake Hertha subject to has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. Albedo's right. You're part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. And please, don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The Honorary Knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aw, that means a lot.
In that case, thank you for thinking of me. It was an honor to take part. It was us who should be thanking you, Honorary Knight.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
Goodness. Optional objectives. Jeez, man. Diona! You okay, Diona? Ugh, these damn things are more annoying than disgusting booze hounds. Albedo, Traveller, if you run into anyone who needs a safe place to wait this out, feel free to send them to the Cat's Tail. I'll be here to watch over things, so the tavern will be safe. Thank you, Diana. We'll be sure to do just that. Cool, Diana's going to be a safe house. Hey, Bennett.
Say, when I saw you on the side of the road, I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to run away, but I just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious. Thought I could at least land a surprise
Oh,
hit on the
Bennett's still
monster that
unlucky
way.
as hell.
I get it. That's a pretty common tactic. Oh, Traveler, Albedo, you're here.
If you're looking for somewhere safe, head to the Cat's Tail. Diana is sheltering people there. Anyone who needs help is welcome.
Right. I'll take her there right away.
Cool. Which way? Dun, dun, dun. This is crazy.
I must leave no stone
It's
unturned.
now. Focus on the battle. Yes.
Come to be.
Steady as stone.
I'm so bad with Traveller. And it's not even a trial version of him, so I don't even know how to use him. He's dealing like 0 power. Zero anything else. Like, I don't even know at this point. Okay, there we go. Thanks for the help. That was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have places to be, so don't let me keep you. Rest assured, I'll keep the people around here safe. Be careful up there. I know victory will be ours. Cool. That's all the side missions done. Eula.
It's all my fault. I knew Klee was fast, but disappearing like this.
Oh no,
I
Klee's
only lost sight of
causing
her for 1
problems.
second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Yes, how are you?
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
We're providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you needed to explain? You can tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah. Plus, we kinda already heard what you said.
honest, Alice. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Clee, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I see. Please don't beat yourself up. Clee is...
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Alright, fighting first, conversation later.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second. Rack and ruin!
Witness my great undertaking.
See, kids are fast. Oh my goodness, a bigger one! My goodness.
I see what you mean. She is not to be underestimated.
Jumpty Dumpty go! She's throwing jumpties at us! She's doing aerial bomb support, apparently. We won! Great work, Clee. I'll be counting on you to protect Eula next time, too.
Beto, you can't be serious.
No problem, just leave it to Clee. Are you going on patrol, Mr. Albedo? Clee heard you went camping for a few days, and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping? Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
That's right, I feel... So I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure Eula will be grateful if you escorted her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
It would be an honor. Clee will do her best. It's definitely one way to get Clee to do stuff, I guess. Return to the center of Mondstadt. Vroom. Hi, Jean's over here. That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare injury-wise? Good. Our preparations paid off. Injuries are few and far between. I have the full record here. Wonderful. I'll review it in a bit. Everyone alright?
Amber?
Yep, right as rain. We're back. Clee kept Miss Eula safe the whole way. That's amazing, Clee. Eula was really lucky to have you. Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back, Master Jean. Mission complete. Good to have you back safe and sound, and great work, everyone. This operation could not have happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will, but I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Ah, yes, of course. We could talk about back at headquarters. Traveller, Paimon should be there too. Alright, everyone who's finished their work should head back to their quarters or the church to go get some rest. Want to come play with us, Clee? We can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Yes, yes! No D-Luke. I didn't spot D-Luke. Hi, everyone. Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Ah, well. Wait, does that mean you saw me running for my life? No, apologies. Just forget I said anything. Just kidding. But you're right, it was tough out there. I almost lost my hat to the wind several times. Any notable information on the wind? Of course. I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something noble, well, I picked up on anxious voices and a child's anger. Durin has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing Subject 2's emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about this world and his existence, including the fact that he's no longer his mother's only child. or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and I dare say human. If I limit the perfect creation, I'll be the only child mother needs. This mindset arose out of Duran's instinct to compete and survive, and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Duran still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
Yeah, he's not very developed from the sounds of it. That same feeling, it's close. Everyone turning around. Ah, Miss Fonia, here to make your report.
Nothing much to report, actually.
Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. Then if you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction? And why were you alone? Did you think we were all still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent the message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during battle operation, but I managed you missed those as well, because you're under Durin's influence. And you've been since your trip to Dragonsflying over 6 months ago. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his power soon. Yeah, I'm guessing we're rounding up everyone affected. Oh, man. Restlessness as a child. Talk to Jean. Alright, the others are looking after Fiona. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
The operation isn't over. What do we do now?
We need to do a personal visit to Durin. Weapons deck is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tripartite conference. Ah, yes. That's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with the idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Hexen Circle for a small favour. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I would have thought he was talking about his older sisters or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's not old either. He's the type to track a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. Anyway, the Tripartite Conference is a gathering of 3 parties. The Hexen Circle, the Anima Archon, and the joint forces of the Knights and Church of Savonius. Lord Barbatus was able to intervene between Varka and the mages. Varka was quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favour and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages will return and lend them aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own, so I need the conference to concede once again. Venti, if you would? Of course. Traveller, pass me the Dodo communication device.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it. Dodo, Dodo, Dodo go.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Huh? Hold on, that's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Varka? Grandmaster? Oops, I put in the wrong number. Sorry, Varka. You're probably busy right now.
Considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Goodness. Ah, yes. Well, have fun with that. We can talk some other time.
All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
That's his face. Da-do, 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 cool.
He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Don't help me, he hid it beneath the great tree of Windrise. It seems a bit too much.
Hello? Who is this?
Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Fenty.
Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
You really gonna tease me like this? Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
You still remember the Tripartite conference, right? So I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, captain of the Knights of Avonius investigation team, requests a formal meeting with the Hexen Circle.
What is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no, but in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Man. Be right where? Here? As in this office?
Hello again, everyone.
Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you've turned yourself into a giant Dodoco.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while.
One way to not give her an actual model.
On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there. Oh, man. Albedo? Before we set out, someone you need to meet. Yeah. Fenty Jean. You did so much for this time, Barbados. Lord Barbados. I don't even know how to thank you. Don't thank me at all, please. It makes it seem like I'm useless the rest of the time. You know that's not what planned, and Archon has their own calculations. Who am I to question their wisdom? Okay, now you can give me too much credit. I'm not the most productive Archon. You have your own hard work to thankful for this result. Oh, and our friends, the RA Knight and Paimon, of course. Worries about Albedo's plan? I can't help it. I have full confidence in his abilities. It's just like an instinctual response. But in the end, if he sets his mind to something, I know he will succeed. I trust him. That's good to hear. Albedo's office.
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere.
It's Mini Durin! Hey, not so loud!
Mini Durin? What are you doing here?
Well, actually, I've kind of been helping you guys in secret this whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during the battle, but you floated away too fast. You were there? Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days, but I've kept myself outside, so I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
I did sneak off to the festival for a bit, even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people. I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
I'm going to replace Durin on Dragonspine. I'm going to be the one who is revived and brought into this world.
Wait, didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Sorry, I should be more specific. Albedo said he can use alchemy to turn me into a human.
What?
Human transmutation. So you're Albedo's intended subject. He's been working on it for a long time.
That's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
I don't know if want is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer in a situation like this. But I do know this. I have just as much right to this name. I don't want to lose to the other Durin. Human isn't as simple as changing forms. I know. Albedo talked to me a lot about that. He said that the Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and imperative, almost like a beast. But Mum created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like. If I could still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning, and suppressing an evil dragon and becoming human sound pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry, no one's forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know? Albedo told me that he's the correct prince, a synthetic human, jeez. And if this works, I'll be one too. We'll be the only two of a kind in the whole world. Alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. If all living things are grouped together by species, and there's only one other person like me in the world, I guess that makes us family.
Definitely. You've just gotta trust one another. Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hat Guy know about this?
Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fulfill this duty. He didn't try to stop me. He just told me get a move on then. Oh, jeez. Hat Guy. He didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk to you at a time like this. I feel a lot better now. So thanks. Ah, I'm feeling a little nervous, but yeah. But don't worry, I can cope. I'll do my best to stay in a good frame of mind so that Albedo's plan can succeed. Ah. So many stories are getting, like, combined together. This is, like... I am, like, really happy. The long table. Of course. Of course it's in this room. I doubt the other people even know about this place. Hmm. Hopefully we can finish this soon. I want to finish it in one stream if possible. Okay, so we need to have at least a water and an ice. Better do that now. Water and ice. So we'll remove Raiden.
Kamisato Ayaka.
Oh man. Okay. Hello, Alice.
Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
So, no unspoken rules to be aware of? I don't want to unwillingly park myself down in some important lady's chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate.
Extra considerate, more than
Jane
usual.
didn't fancy tagging along?
A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there really wouldn't be no one around to lead the Knights of Favonius.
All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
I'll get right to it. I tend to kill the evil Durin on Dragonspine. 1 second.
Oh?
And I'd also like to request some alchemical regents from the Hexen Circle.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First would be the flesh of that immortal monster from the Mare Javari.
Interesting. What else?
The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, Rhine-daughter.
The raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Correct. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away or millennia, but the day will come. I spent years investigating Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt at less than half of its original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever regained his full life force. Hence, if we want to be free of the dangers posed by his blood and limited vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. So the solution is to kill him and then resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he'll no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I tend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Clea and I visited a fairy tale world called Simulacra. It was created by mages from the Hexen Circle, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course. It was even the home of one of M's children the other day. Oh, I see.
It was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durin would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul that Emma created, and I knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for the transmutation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Simulanka, the blood from the original dragon's heart, and the monster's remnants from the Mare Javari and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon's venom and the heightened vitality of the monster's remnants will offset each other, keeping the construct body in perfect balance. A powerful side effect can be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. In a chemical setting, the results can be sure to be nothing short of astounding. Jeez.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child.
Do you see that as a bad thing, Aunt
Of
Alice?
course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexenzirkel's trial.
I understand. I figured something like this might happen. That's why I asked Traveler to come along. You're not even gonna try to talk me into it? Oh, you need convincing? I thought you would want to keep an eye on me. Who knows what sort of outlandish things I might attempt without someone to keep me in check. Fine, I'm not gonna argue with you.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I think I'm okay. Aunt Alice has always loved a spectacle. Any chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
What? Why?
The Hexenzirkel trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Don't worry, we can hear your support all the time, Paimon.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Then let me make a formal request. Will you go through this trial with me? Of course. Are you ready? Just about.
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Whoa! Ah, we turned tiny! We got shrank! We shrunk down! Honestly, it's fitting. Alice in Wonderland. Chessboard. Certainly keeping with the Hexagonal model Laties, I can pronounce it. We've been shrunken down to a chess piece size. Now that Dodoko looks 4 times as evil. Who knew Alice could look so scary? I think that's gonna be my screenshot for the VOD. Perfect. Evil Dodoko. Saved. There we go.
Whoa, you're so tiny now. Take extra care of yourselves, okay?
What is it? Nothing. It's just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual now that I'm this size. She's always so energetic and lively. Nothing can dampen her spirits. Don't worry. You'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you'd be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
I'm not sure if that's how chess is played.
ancient power.
What to say? Please let me target this thing. Yeah, I'm flying.
Feel this ancient power.
Oh my goodness. So it's changed. So that's a bishop. Oh my goodness. Ah! Did you just steal my, like...
Moment of birth.
Well, at least Albedo's helping us at the sidelines.
Open fire.
Delve into destiny.
Witness my great undertaking.
Thanks for the support, Albedo. Ah, no, 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 no. Ah, it switched to Queen. Oh my goodness, man.
Come into being.
Goodness me.
Take me up.
Managing okay.
Feel this ancient power.
Okay, that part's done. Pretty sure that's not the end of it, though.
It had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me.
This one doesn't seem like
Well
Alice.
done. But this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
I think that this one's related to Mona, just based on the hat. Like, she has the same symbol that Mona has. Real fight coming up, huh? These are probably the most uniquely designed, like, bosses in a good while.
The trial awaits.
Oh my goodness.
Only by turning the world on its head.
Oh my goodness me.
Its true colors. So, it begs the question. What do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained marks with which to run. So,
Well, at least Albedo's still helping a bit.
I prepared a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from you. Bargalon. This calls for some pomp and ceremony.
Okay.
Oh, Albedo. You're always so charming and delightful. Unlike my own student. She can be so
I can't even tell what's going on at the moment. She used her skill, but the skill didn't go off. That's all I know. Oh, jeez. So that's a screen nuke, so we're seeing, like, a return of, like, what's it, Raiden's skill. Oh, man, better start working.
Let me scribe.
Let us dance, my dearest.
Try to remember the steps this time.
Open fire. Bullseye. Ancient power.
Keep on stealing my thing.
Retribution. Burst forth. Feel this ancient power.
I think we're okay. It's just literally the Yep, I know.
Take flight.
Like, what am I supposed to do there? It's like, use like unlimited amounts of like stuff, and I'm just like, what? I have to freeze them over and over again? If they're not even freezing once, then I'm like, what the hell?
The stage is yours, my lord.
Are you kidding me? Is this just gonna be one of those things?
Oh, this is all getting rather dreary.
Allow me, my darling.
Ancient power.
We're almost there.
This calls for some pomp and ceremony. Always forgetting your lines.
Shadows of fate.
The final act.
Honestly. Oh, we're just like patting ourselves down.
Yes, very well done.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is probably Mona's master looking at the hats. I mean...
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest. Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next
Hey,
time,
what's up?
my dearies.
You're just
So
going
that
to
was...
up and leave? Barbie?
Okay, so that's Alice's shortened name for her. That's hilarious.
You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always
It's
on
cool,
the move.
though. We get to
She never says
hear,
where
like,
she's going
Mona's
either.
master for
I
a bit.
think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably
But
going
yeah,
for
how
a
are
walk.
you, yo? What's up? I hope you're having a
She's
great day
very
so far.
health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory, and so am I. Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
Okie Yeah, de-shrinkify us, please.
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Thank you. Felt pretty good to beat that trial. Once you've rested up, let me know when you're free, and then we'll head to Dragonspine.
Deal with the dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Indeed, the sooner we deal with Durin, the better. Do I have time to deal with him now? Probably.
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
I'll go straight to Dragonspine. We'll get this all done in one stream, eh? Hopefully I have time for dinner. It's getting late, though. First things first, I need to heal at a Statue of the Seven. Go here. I'm presuming we're quite close to the end. It feels that way. Based on, like, you know, scenes we saw in the, what do you call it? In the, special program and stuff. It feels like we've gone past the main boss type thing, so we're probably close to finishing. I'd like to hope, anyway.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice.
Yep, I know. Want to climb into my hood?
You sure? Is it warm in there?
Oh, Paimon. It should take the edge off, and it might improve your mood. I can't read that fast, game. Time to deal with them. You've arrived. Sorry, Paimon. I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Leave it to me. You two stay on guard.
May Paimon ask a question?
You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an accommodative perspective, we're both artificial creatures, but biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So, to say we are kin would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons, then.
It's not so much a matter of preference. Rather, as things stand, I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category thereof. But then again, from forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique among humans, in that I am the only one of my kind, but soon there'll be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin has already told you of his intent to replace the Durin of Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one. But I understand why he came to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood in the broadest sense, this project deals with both the past and future and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That primarily is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Miradoran become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life which the world cannot generate, in the knowledge is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids it in them in how my pronunciations are getting worse as I'm going through the stream. Whatever aids life in attaining a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It is not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. That is the path I walk. Of course, that's not to say this is just a science experiment to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights of Favonius. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Well enough, thank you. Is it done? Finished. So we got...
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
The whole heart would be too big. I don't need that much. Instead, I've just removed the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
The Knights will keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, it limited Durin's influence on the citizenry and creating new Durins throughout alchemy are one and the same thing. Armed with this heart, I'll be able to complete the alchemical array and deal with all these issues in one go. Return to Mondstadt. Alright. Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure. We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt's a lively place during the Windblue Festival. You should take a look around and pick out some nice souvenirs for yourself.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom Star is gonna be this time. Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
I'm sure we'll find out on the day of. Wait until 2 days later. Come on. I want to see the end of this quest. I'm enjoying it immensely and I really want to finish it. I also need to keep an eye on the time. It's getting quite late. It's almost 11. Oh, where does the time go? Hopefully that's good enough, game.
The Windbloom Festival is about to begin. Let's go check it out.
Special event map. As you all know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Mondstadt have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. This someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but whose keen insights played a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs will always have a way of lifting the people's spirits, and they were a great support to us all. Let's give a round of applause to this year's Windbloom Star, Venti the Bard.
Amazing!
Oh my goodness, of course. Ah, no way, you're really gonna pick me? Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. Alright. Does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they'll be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom Star. If you'd like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. In that case, let me swap out the speech for a song. Everyone, the best bard in the land is about to begin his performance, so don't go away, gather around and lend me your ears. Fireworks! Ladies on the roof. I hereby exercise I can't read. Come on. Doing it on the roof. You need the extra space. Oh my goodness, he's doing it all the time. What the hell? Water. Refining fire, fortifying wind. Traverse the 18th worldly and 20th passage. Your soul, enter the mortal realm. Oh, festering fresh into sacred blood and bone. Jeez. Oh, sages. Witness my grand endeavor. Wow. No more super cute dragon! I hope it worked. I'm crossing fingers. How was it? Not bad, right? Hmm. Hmm. Oh.
Albedo, how did everything go?
Very smoothly, I'd say. We achieved our goal.
Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
Correct, however, his newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. Incredible work, Albedo. I graciously accept the compliment. It really is rather remarkable what we've accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I think even she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
My master and mother, Gold, Rhine daughter. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with the instructions to complete a task of monumental importance to find the truth of the world. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time I was able to collaborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of this world basically stood for getting a life. Jeez, man. That might be easy for most people, but someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. And I had a lot to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me and get to know other people. Life is the space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So far, for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves.
Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's what the message she wanted to get across to me. Still, I found this whole series of events has given me a new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choices a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people will probably see the events of the last few days as something out of a nightmare, but for me, it's just part of my family life. I feel that the carefree existence my brother has enjoyed this far will now come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into the world and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She's a highly unusual. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around the family store, others around the farm. In my family, I suppose we tend to flower beds. And now I'm a gardener too. As long as you feel like you've gained something from the experience. Master never showed her face, but if the Hexensoul knows what I've done, that means she knows as well, and gave her approval. Since devouring Neburius, it would seem she finally found a Mausoleum of Peace. Like, with me. So many big words. And if so, then I'm really happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know?
Devouring Nebarius? What's Nebarius?
Neburius. It's the name of the ruler of life.
What?
What? Antalis told me about it not too long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the rule of life, all I can truly know is this. Nebelius is not gone. Instead, because of Master's actions, she and Neverus are now one. In any case, thank you so much for your help during this ordeal, and for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Paimon took the words right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass that along the settlement when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report.
Thank you. I'll get going. We don't really see
this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, has already been chosen, what is this year's Wimbloom gonna be?
Want to take a guess?
Venti! You're back!
Well, I couldn't keep my two dear friends in the dark about this year's Wimbloom now, could I? What do you think of the Cilia? Quite fitting. The chief feeling of the prodigal son, a settlement as sweet and warm as a gentle spring breeze, are perfect for the season. Trevor, give me your hand, huh? The mages are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass the trial. Albedo received the materials he thought, so you desired something in return as well. Dexter wants to give you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind, a secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you, so no need to open it right away.
Wow! A gift and a mystery all in one! The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
According to the sender, you're probably the only person who could make use of something like this. So I suppose it belongs with you. Alright, thanks. Ah, well, all I did was deliver it. Although I did go to great lengths during this ordeal, I suppose a reward for my efforts could be out of the question.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Just one drink, really? I'll hold you to that, you know. No go back on your word.
Of course, Dad! Let's go to the tavern right now!
One drink. Music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like this festival was made for me or something. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free. Through shadows so cold, he thought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows. Thus wistfulness waned and faded into night as he stepped from the darkness and into the light. Jeez, man, how many of these songs are there? That's like the second one. And it's done, my goodness. Before we finish the stream, though, I know it might not let us, but we need to at least check Albedo's room if we're able to. We need to check little Durin. Mini Durin. Please let me upstairs. Please let me into Albedo's room. Well, we're allowed into Albedo's room, but no Mini Durin here. Is he in one of the other rooms? Not accessible. Lazy. Nothing. Nope. Aww. No Mini Durin. But they will have to do a quest or a side story mission, like, I don't know, Albedo Story Quest 2 or some 3 or something. I have no clue to finish that off. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to end here, unfortunately. It's getting late. It's literally gone past 11 my time, so we're going to stop here. Next time for Genshin, which will probably be next week now. We've got some events to do. We've still got the second part of the Sacred Mountain and Sacrificial Land quest thingy. Although I did hear I might have got spoiled on something a little bit about this. I won't mention it here because I don't know. But I feel like I need to go around with the little one, Roku, to all the places he has interactions first. Of course, we've also got the Escoffier story quest as well. I'm going to have to look at whether that needs to be done first or the Whirling Waltz. But yeah, I'll have a look. Do we want to do some pulls? I do want to try and get Aoife. Do I feel like putting a single pull in? I think we're going to. But first things first. Should we stay here or should we? I think let's go to the top of the statue and start. I want to make sure that we go to a good pulling place. We pull on Navia's banner, I think. I'm not really interested in Escavalier. Just because I don't really have a team that uses her. Like, I think you need, like, what was it, oh, apparently I hadn't done that before. But yeah, apparently she's like an ice, hydro type team. One thing, so. First things first, let me check where I am on pools. I really don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, okay. And we lost it. Oh, do we? 10? So that's a, what is it? 50, I think. We'll check. So 5 per page, and went up to page 10. So that's at 50 pools. So we have a small chance of getting a 5-star. The question is, new character or C1? What is Navia's C1? 1 second. I want to make sure I make the right choice, because I normally go for characters over constellations, you see. And if we do get Navia C1... Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we'll do 1 temple on Navia. And cross fingers we get Aoife. Okay, let's go. 1 temple. What are we full up on? Weapons? How we hit capacity on weapons? Apparently we have. Okay, what's a weapon that we got on someone that we can level up randomly? You're close. Oh my goodness me, so much I can work. Okay, try again. 1 temple on Navia's banner. See what we get. 4-star. Aoife. Right, we can do Aoife. Please tell me you didn't just get a weapon. Oh, do I even want to risk it on a second one? I'll put it up to 17. I'd rather do a weapon. Oh man, I'll leave it at that. Too risky, especially since I have a guarantee coming up. Maybe next week. I'll have a think on it, see whether or not I want to pull for either of those 2 next week. We've got the time. I'm pretty sure. 14 days, yeah, we've got time. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed today's stream. Next time, so the schedule is posted. This week's schedule has been posted, so you can view it on Twitter, Blue Sky, below in the About section below us, and in the Discord, so feel free to check it out there. In relation to next stream, it is tomorrow at 1 PM with Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. We are like one chapter before the end of something. We are getting so close. It might be a training stream, I really don't know, because we're getting to that point where we're getting some really difficult fights. And we even tried doing the Colosseum fighting thing and got absolutely destroyed on the last one. My own fault. Kept on pushing, and yeah, not fun past a certain point. So we might focus on getting some stronger Digimon together. Anyway, let's go find someone to raid. We'll bring up Twitch, wherever Twitch is gone. And let's bring up the raid messages as well. Raid 1, Raid 2, and socials, plus Throne for those who want to support me elsewhere. Okie dokie, who to raid. Looks like the people on normal raid, there wasn't that many. So,
I'm a little out
never
of
raided
practice
them
these days.
forever.
Any conflicts around? I'm in the mood for some peacemaking.
Tina. So, they were a VTuber. I think they still have like their model and stuff, but they're now an IRL streamer now. But let's go send the support her way. Looks like they're currently playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And it looks like her stream title says my first Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream was 3 years ago, which, oh my goodness, that is a long time. And honestly, like, considering the fact it will be 3 years in November for me, that is scary. Too scary for words. How have I been streaming for that long? Honestly, when I think about it, there's another big milestone coming up. I do note down like the numbers of the VODs I do. So we're on today's VOD is like what 595. So we're almost at 600 somehow. Oh my, so many milestones. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed today's stream. I do apologise for the delay. The double delay. The delay from Sunday and the delay from earlier today with the Pikmin video upload. We'll play some more Genshin Impact next week, doing one of either the event or the story quest, depending on what goes first. And yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I hope to see you all in another stream. Bye all!